ahead. But I'm gonna take a chance. I got a 2-hour window before it's supposed to downpour. We're gonna take that chance, see if we can get in there, find some stuff, zip out of there.
I'm going to try to move my head slowly when I do this, so maybe the shots will get a little bit better. We really need to find more. And that's what we're going to do here today. Well, look at there. Got us a pair of underwears. Got us some probably young teenagers or somebody up in here. Coming in the woods, ain't got nowhere else to go, ain't got no money. Act like I would know. Like I had done that before. Ain't got no problem with it. Just do something with your drawers. Dave Wise. Oh, we got problems with people putting dirt back in their hole. I got underwear problems over here. The hell's the world coming to? Luckily, a lot of these spiders don't really bother you. See this here? Oh, there he goes. He's right there. I don't know, some kind of tree spider or something. But they're everywhere, so you get them in the face every now and then. They don't bother you. Gotta kind of just ignore it. Got an old homestead for a turtle. I want to keep that. Where do I put it? Here we go. That was some water. Find a place to sit down in this mud. Problem is getting back up. Ugh. Kind of reminds me of the Marines, because once you got your butt wore out and tired and you're in the middle of nowhere, you kind of get one with the earth. You don't mind just sitting there in the rain. You don't mind sitting in the dirt. I've always been a nature person. I was born loving nature. I hated to clean up when I was a kid. Man, it was just the worst. If I could have dirty clothes on, that's when I felt the best. I'd crawl in the creeks and the mud and get dirty, cut vines and swing from them. I love to take my cousins out in the woods, and then we'd play a game of Can You Find Me? The girl cousins didn't like it too much. We used to have races through the brush and the thick woods and see who could overcome the brush and the woods and the briars, who could do it the fastest. There's kind of a skill set you get from that. You kind of start to realize which bushes push over easy, which won't, how low you need to go, and which routes to take. But I was a little kid too. When you're that small, you'll be right down this hill in a minute. Yeah, the Marine Corps was the best thing for me. I was just a little rugrat, needed some guidance. But if you're a city boy, city gal, and you don't like getting dirty for very long, the Marine Corps is not for you. This almost sounds like a recruitment video. My grandma Rice kind of took care of us when we were kids. My mother was a single mother. I was about 5 and my sister was 3. So she would come and keep us, or we would stay with her out at my grandmother's place while my mother went to work. She worked at Walmart and different jobs over the years, but during the summer we would stay with her, and she was a treasure. She talked about heaven and hell and death and the full moon and the Indians. She talked back about the Trail of Tears. Not that she was alive at that point. She was born in 1904. She talked about Bonnie and Clyde. She had said that Bonnie and Clyde had come to her house when they come through Plantersville. There was an article in the newspaper back then that Bonnie and Clyde had driven through Plantersville, and she kept it. And she used that clipping to back up her story that they come to her house and ask for water, which they did have a water well on their property. And she said that a lot of people come to their house to get water. She talked about Indians coming to get water. I don't know if that was stories told to her from her people. She said they would carry their babies on their back in some kind of garment, and then they would hang them in the tree out front, kind of far off, while they came up to get the water. She said, you know, keep the coyotes or wolves from getting them. They would hang them up in a tree while they did whatever they had to do, whether it was getting water or, you know, loading themselves down. She said that they ate bull nettle, which is a very stingy plant here in Texas. They had a way of cooking it and eating it. You know they ate cactus and such. That's why when I seen that cactus last week in my last video up on this knoll near some of these old pieces, kind of got my attention. Not necessarily to say it was Indian stuff, but people eat that stuff. She was cool. She never got a driver's license. She had her theories on about anything. She dipped snuff, had a big spit platoon. You know what was weird is she would get out in the hottest part of the day, 12 o'clock till 3 o'clock, and sit under the shade trees and make us come out there with her. She would sew and knit, and we'd play in the ground on the dirt out right there next to her. She wouldn't let us stay inside and watch TV. And looking back on it, I don't know, she had these ideas of things that would make you live longer. I wonder if that was one of them. She said that if you got up every morning and washed your face with cold water, you'd live longer than the next. I've thought about that off and on all these years. One time she snuck up on a squirrel, according to my mother. Swung that thing around, hit his head up against the tree. Then she skinned it so they could eat it. She loved to eat chicken. She didn't mind killing chickens. She'd take that chicken out there at that stump and chop its head off and throw it back down so we could watch it run around without a head. Yeah, that saying, running around like a chicken with your head cut off, is true. In case some people didn't know. They just take off running, they'll run into everything until they finally lose all their blood. She died in 1983. So I got to spend about 13 years with her. 13 great years of childhood. And I'm kind of blessed to have had those years because my mother being a single mother, we were kind of forced to be there. And so we got to build a relationship. And so there's blessings in everything sometimes. She said the good Lord would take us with fire the next time. She said in the Bible it's stated that the good Lord would never take us with the body of water again. Not in that manner as the great flood, but the next time would be fire. And she said when you died, the elevator was going to come and you were going to get on, but you didn't know whether you were going up or down. So she said you better be good if you want to go up. You gotta think we were only 8-year-old kids. We're thinking about the elevator, you know, and fire and hell and water and she said the good Lord could take you anytime. Earthquake could open up right now and suck you down into the earth. We were scared of everything. Well, I wasn't, but I did believe her. Guess there's a little bit of truth to it. There's a lot of truth to it. Yeah, I think I enjoy just getting out here in the middle of nowhere. Little square head nail right there. Like it just got dropped. Never been, well, no, it was in something at one time. Yeah, hell of a spear. I think we got something.